Hey, I'm so glad you're here. I'm Hagar. Welcome to Mama Mandala, where magic is somatic. We're going to take a moment to use our most magical tool, which is our body, to create an energy of discernment, to be able to sift through some of the information that we're getting from outside of ourselves, and even some of the messages that we're getting from inside ourselves, because some of the conversations that are going on within us are not necessarily our own voice, right? We inherit different conversations from society and from our family of origin, and even from opinions of friends along the way. And so our body is an incredible divination tool, and we want to tune it. It's not 100% accurate. Sometimes we're going to have to listen to other voices other than our own selves. We want to be able to listen to ourselves as deeply as we can, and to listen to more than ourselves. So let's do this. Take a moment right now to bring yourself into child's pose, where your big toes touch and your knees go wide apart. Your forearms are on the ground and your forehead is on the floor. And receive a slow breath in. And release a slow breath out. Breathe into your belly and let your belly expand into your thighs. And as you breathe out, allow the belly to relax backwards. One more breath here, where your forehead is on the earth and you're connected to the ground beneath you, and you're breathing into your own space, your own body, your own mind and heart and creative spark. And then slowly transition yourself to all fours, to your hands and your knees, and rock a little bit side to side, kind of like a pendulum. And interestingly, I learned from Resma Menachem that rocking the body, both backwards and forwards, but also side to side, can be an incredible way to tone the vagal nerve and to regulate our nervous system. And then bring it to center and inhale. Take your chest forward and your hips back. And with a slow exhalation, round your back. And also regulating our nervous system through spinal extension and flexion. Inhale, look forward, reach your hips back and your chest forward. Can be helpful. Exhale and round your back to create a system that can hear more clearly what is going on. Inhale one more time, hips back, chest forward, because if we're not in fight or flight or freeze mode, exhale and round your back, and we're in a more restful, calm place, we can listen a little bit more carefully. Inhale to the space between cat and cow. And exhale back into child's pose. Big toes touch, knees wide apart. Slow breath in. And with a slow exhalation, walk your upper body to the right. You can come up higher in the fingertips of your right hand as you extend your left hand diagonally forward and stretch the whole left side of your body. Slow breath. Keep drawing your left hip back as your left hand stretches to the right. Slow breath in, creating spaciousness and clarity in your system so that you can listen carefully to what your needs are, to what your life needs of you. Back to center as you inhale, walk your hands forward, and as you exhale, walk your hands to the left. Stretch your right hand diagonally to the left, and if you'd like, you can come up high on the fingertips of your right hand and breathe slowly. And even our breath moves like a pendulum and moves, it cycles, it circulates. Slow breath in. Our body is a pendulum. Slow breath out. Our body is a divination tool. And then walk your upper body back to center. Inhale. And exhale slowly here as your forehead rests on the earth and your forearms rest on the earth. And then plant your hands and inhale. Come back to all fours and reach your right arm to the right. And as you exhale, slide your right arm underneath your left arm and come into a twist. So your right shoulder is on the floor. Come up higher on the fingertips of your left hand and turn your chest up to the sky. Slow breath. But as the pendulum swings, we don't want it to swing too far to one side, right? Even when we try to balance something in our lives. So create a little bit of a resistance with your left side. So draw the front of your left hip bone towards the right, the left side of the ribs towards the right, so that you can create strength. And with that resistance, then you can twist and turn your chest up to the sky through the left. But it's integrated. It's not just completely losing itself to one side. Inhale back to center, and that actually helps to protect the sacrum area. Reach your left arm to the left and exhale. Slide your left arm underneath your right. Come up high on the fingertips of your right hand. Left shoulder is on the floor. And then push the fingertips of your right hand down so that your right arm bone can draw back more easily. Your right scapula, your shoulder blade goes towards the spine. And then the right ASIS, the anterior superior iliac spine, that's the bony landmark on the front of your hip. Take that part inwardly towards the left side, towards the left ASIS, and take the right side of the ribs also towards the floor, towards the left, as you turn your chest up to the sky. Do you feel how much stronger that is? Because in order to find the answer that we need, in order to listen to our own wisdom, we want to create, first of all, a strong vessel, and second of all, an open one. Inhale back to center. More than anything, we want to create an integrated space. Tuck your toes and stretch up and back into downward facing dog. And when I say we, maybe it's just me. But maybe you're right there with me too. Reach your hips up high. Root your hands deeply into the floor. Ground back through your heels and breathe in slowly. And breathe out mindfully. One more breath here. And exhale, walk your hands back towards your feet into Uttanasana, and you can have your knees bent if you need to, if your hamstrings are really tight and the lower back has issues. Now, stay on the fingertips of your right hand and bring your left hand outside of your right shin and gently pull on the shin with your left hand and turn your chest to the right. Turn and look underneath your right arm bone. So in order to be able to sift through, be able to discern, we need to look at things from different angles. Sometimes it's very clear, sometimes things are very obvious. Like some of the conspiracy theories out there, it's obvious that it's bullshit. I mean, people still believe it, but it's a bunch of bullshit, right? So, but not everything is very clear. So we want to make sure that we're looking at things from different angles. Come back to center. Place your left fingertips on the ground. Bring your right hand outside of your left shin and turn yourself to the left. The left elbow bent as you look underneath your left armpit. It's hard in today's world because there's a lot of conversation about find your truth, and while that is necessary, there's also a truth. There is a reality, and not everybody is living in the same one, right? Breathe slowly. And I'm purposely bringing that in because we want to bring the issues of the world through our bodies so that we can work through the issues of the world on a physical level so that it's worked through. Otherwise, sometimes it gets stuck in the body. Inhale and untwist. Back to center and exhale. Fold deeply into yourself. Listen deeply to your own self, to your own truth. And inhale, look forward. Open up to the information and the knowledge and the wisdom that exists in the world around you. Exhale, walk your hands forward because you don't have all the answers. We don't have all the answers. We have to be able to listen to more than our own voice. We have to look at things from different angles, different perspectives. Inhale the right leg up, bend the right knee and open up your right hip. So discernment doesn't actually necessarily simplify things. Inhale, reach your right leg back and exhale, step the right foot forward. In between your hands, keep your hands rooted as you bring your foot through. And with the next exhalation, stretch your right arm up to the sky for a little twist. Here you are again. Here we are again. Hello. We're looking at things in a different way, right? We're twisting in a way like a serpent, moving side to side and cultivating. I've learned this term, sarpa-drishti, the gaze, the outlook of the serpent, right? The ability to look from this angle and from that. So the right hip draws towards the left, the right ribs draw towards the left. As the chest opens up, you're going in multiple directions at once. Inhale, untwist, bring your right hand on the inside of your right foot, spin the left heel to the floor and walk your hands away from your right foot, but widen the right knee away from your right arm bone and breathe. Press the hands down, reach your hips up, send your chest to the space between your legs, your head toward the floor, slow breath in. Ground through the feet, slow breath out. Lengthen through your spine. Walk your hands and frame your front foot, deep inhale. Back heel up and exhale, step back into downward facing dog. Inhale to plank. Speaking of serpents, press the hands down and exhale, bring your hips down, your chest forward and up into cobra. Point your feet, spread your toes and maybe let your cobra wiggle a little bit side to side, right? Slither a little bit from this side to the next, from the right to the left, to be able to see things from different perspectives and gain more knowledge rather than just information, right? Gain more wisdom rather than just tons of information coming your way. Exhale, stretch up and back into downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. And inhale, lift your left leg up. And then bend the knee and open up the hip and take your left foot towards the right. What will the left side learn on the right side that will help you discern, that would help you make a decision, that would help you understand things more deeply? Root down with your hands into the floor. And we're not just taking my left leg to the right and then I'm collapsing my right side. No, lift your right arm bone up. Lift your right hip up. Be a strong vessel for this exploration. And then reach your leg back. Inhale. And keep your hands rooted deeply to the floor. Exhale, step the foot forward in between your hands. Keep the fingertips or even the knuckles of the right hand on the floor as you reach your left arm up to the sky for a twist. But as you twist, take yourself also. You're twisting to the left, so take yourself towards the right. Draw the left front of the left hip bone, the ASIS, towards the right one. Draw the left side of the ribs towards the right. And turn your sternum up towards the sky. Breathe slowly. Fingertips reach up. Breathe mindfully. As you inhale, untwist and bring your left hand to the inside of your left foot. Right heel to the floor. Widen the left knee away from your left arm bone and walk your hands forward. Press the hands down, hips up high. Slow breath. See, that's another angle to look through. Now you're looking underneath to the space between your legs, right? What do you see there? How is that changing your perspective? How is that changing how you view things? Right? I'm kidding and I'm being silly about it, but it's true. When you look from here, What's the lens through which you see things? And then walk your hands and frame your front foot. Lift your right heel up and exhale. Step back into downward facing dog. Root your hands down. Deep, slow breath. Mindful, slow exhale. And then bring your knees down to the floor. Knees wide apart. Big toes touch. And then come to the space between your legs. You can move the pendulum a little side to side. Move your torso a little side to side and snuggle in the space between your thighs as you put your forearms down and your forehead down. Slow, deep inhale. Mindful exhale. Deep breath in. Slow breath out. Walk your hands back. Sit back on your heels. Place your left hand over your heart and your right hand over your belly. And these are two areas in our system that can give us so much wisdom, can offer us so much wisdom, because these are the seats of our intuitive self. You know, one of the reasons, again from Resma Menachem, you can close your eyes. One of the reasons that we have a gut feeling, that we feel something in our gut, is because the vagal nerve branches, so much of it, most of it branches through and into the small and the large intestines. So your belly actually does have information coming at it. That has to do with the state you are in, the space you are in, what's around you, and what's going on inside of you. And so this seat in your belly is your intuitive space. And so your intuition is actually physical. What's amazing to remember as you hold yourself here tenderly with your hands is that your nervous system needs to be regulated so that the information that you're receiving isn't influenced by an unregulated system that is in hypervigilance due to trauma. But rather your nervous system is regulated so it can be in rest and digest mode, relaxed and soft and open, and only jump into freeze, fight, or flight mode when there's actual danger. And so here in your belly and here in your heart, the vagal nerve actually also moves through the heart and the lungs and the throat. And so many other organs. And right here is your deep listening. And so from here, we go back out into the world. We join our hands together in Anjali Mudra into this gesture of our heart's deepest offering. And we make this offering of trusting ourselves, but also being open to listen to more than ourselves. This offering we make to ourselves and also to everyone we come in touch with. Thank you for coming in touch with me. Thank you for being here in this space with me. Namaste, dear one, and please do subscribe to this channel so that you can get more of these somatic magic moments, and also subscribe to our mailing list to get inspirational messages directly in your inbox. I am so excited to be in this sacred space with you. Mwah.